Thank you very much for joining us today on another edition of Zurima's Library Kitchen. Today is all about sushi, library style. Today we're going to make 3 easy recipes that are commonly known and different styles. Let's start our celebration of International Sushi Day with these 3 delicious recipes. So in every sushi making kit, these are your essential needs. Let's start with the preparation of the rice. For the rice, of course, you're gonna have to wash this rice until the water is clear. That makes the sushi stick once it's seasoned with the vinegar and the sugar. Then it makes it sticky, but it doesn't make it mushy. Once you have cooked the rice, you're going to season it with your vinegar and your sugar. And you're also going to cut the rice as they're doing here, which prevents the rice from getting mushy. Then you're gonna let it cool. Once it is at room temperature, your sushi rice is ready to be used. Here are your ingredients for your first roll. Okay, so onto our first sushi roll. For the California roll, we are going to use 1 whole sheet of nori. But we are going to put rice on the sheet of nori almost all the way up, but leaving a little bit of room without rice. Okay, we're going to leave about 1 inch free of rice so that when we roll it, the nori sticks to each other. Then we're going to layer our vegetables for this one. We have the carrots and the cucumbers, and of course we're going to put the avocado and then the crab meat. So the California roll usually is done as an uramaki roll, which is rice on the outside, but I am making it into a maki roll, which is the rice on the inside. So make sure you tuck all your ingredients in before you start rolling it, and make sure that once you roll it, you pull your mat out, making sure that the sides are tucked in. Squeeze and roll, and that way you have your sushi perfectly rolled. To cut it, you just go ahead and eyeball the middle of it and cut it in half, and then that half, cut it in another half. Use your wet towel to clean your knife so that it doesn't stick. And here's how we plate it. We put the best pieces, the ends we can use for tasting, and there's my other roll that I made earlier. We're gonna start with a bowl of rice. I recommend wetting your hands in between every time you grab your rice because it prevents the rice from sticking to your hands. You can manipulate the rice easier. So spread the rice on an even layer on the half of the nori sheet. Keep a wet towel so that you can take the residue of the rice from your hands. I'm using shredded carrots here, basically to maximize my time into prepping the items. You feel free to cut your own carrots. I just wanted little thin slices of carrots, and the shredded ones had the perfect size. Now we're rolling, and we're making sure that at the same time as I'm rolling, I'm pulling the mat out, and I'm rolling and pressing and making sure that the sides are tucked in. Shape your sushi and you're good to go. There you go. Now for cutting the sushi, you are going to cut half of the sushi, and then each half you are going to cut half of it. Keep a wet, clean towel to wipe your knife with, so that you can prevent your knife from sticking and ripping your sushi. So for plating the sushi, you always want to expose the contents of your sushi. So usually you face them up and you line them up on your plate. And then you decorate it with, of course, the pickled ginger and the wasabi. So for the spicy roll, I am going to follow the same technique as the other ones. But in this case, instead of using half a sheet, I am going to use the whole sheet, because I have plans for a big roll. So you can make it with half a sheet, or you can make it with the whole sheet like I am doing here. Because I do not have access to sushi grade salmon, what I did is that I bought a smoked salmon package, and I just took out the salmon and cut it up and added the sriracha sauce on it. That made my salmon spicy, and of course I am going to decorate it with extra sauce. So hence the big roll. I used the whole package. So on this one I chose to put sesame seeds. You do not have to, but I like the crunchiness of it, and also it decorates the outside of the sushi. So here is the spicy salmon. So I'm using a whole package, and believe me, it adds an extra flavor, but it is so good, guys. It is really easy fix if you don't have access to sushi grade salmon or tuna. Then I recommend this step, buying the smoked salmon. Then I'm adding my cucumber, of course, and then for the spicy salmon I added all the vegetables that I had there, but you do not have to. I just made it to my liking, but definitely you do not have to put those vegetables in. You just can do the meat, and that's it, or in this case the fish. And then of course you roll it in. You make sure that one end meets the other end, so that it doesn't, whenever you're squeezing it, it does not come out. And then you keep pressing down and forming and shaping your sushi. And here is the outside. Now if you put black sesame seeds, it will look prettier, but I didn't have any at the time, and it doesn't take flavor away from it. It's just a visual thing. And again, I'm doing my half and wiping my knife, half of the half, wiping my knife, and so on until you have your 8 pieces. For this one I have to be a little bit more careful because it's so big, but it's so good. I'm watching it and my mouth is watering. Okay, so here's your spicy roll. Okay, so here's my final plating, and it looks delicious with my 3 rolls. So that one is the California roll with the crab meat. That one is the spicy salmon, and that one is the vegetable roll. You decorate it with pickled ginger, wasabi, and soy sauce. You can use a lower sodium like I am, or you can use the regular one. If you are feeling adventurous, go ahead and try it in your sushi with chopsticks. If not, a fork will do. Enjoy your sushi. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the recipes and you give them a try. Let us know by giving us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Happy Sushi Day, and thank you for joining us. Bye!